Norman versus Davis. Uh-oh.
Push the weight and now flex. Flex. The live is one in the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronson on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I want this fight. 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 For a couple of reasons. First of all, I don't know what Keyshawn Davis is doing next. Y'all don't know what he's doing next. I don't know. Another reason is he had Brian Norman Jr.'s name in his mouth. And he's at 147. So, I mean, this fight actually makes sense. Next to Devin Haney, I think this is his next best option. I really feel that because you blew the bag with Devin. This was your highest payday. A lot of people feel that this was a fight you could have won. I don't think so. I think after round 3, you'd have got your face boxed completely in, and you'd have did something to foul out of the fight, or you'd have quit in your corner. I see Oliver McCall written all over this kid, but in order to be proven wrong, he has to get in there with somebody of substance, and I think Brian Norman Jr. is that guy. This kid don't play games. And you had his name in your mouth, Keyshawn. You sure did. Didn't you say he was trash? You said he was trash, right? Okay. All right. So that must mean that you can go in there and get the job done. God willing, right, Keyshawn? These are your words, man. I don't know where you're going to make the money. Now all of a sudden no one wants to talk about money all of a sudden. That's real funny, but I don't know where you're going to make the same money that you were finna make versus Devin Haney. I don't know. Will it be Brian Norman Jr.? I don't think it'll be that high. But here's the thing. The payday will be it'll be decent. The payday will be decent, but something else you got to worry about. Any guesses on what the hell that is? We all know. Come on. Keep that same energy. Remember when Devin Haney was supposed to die versus Brian Norman? And let me tell you something. If B had connected clean, he'd have put Devin to sleep. I think Brian Norman Jr. is the hardest puncher in 147. Yes. Destructive puncher. This kid ain't no joke, man. It's just that, Devin had more experience. That's all. Brian Norman Jr. has a new trainer. And I don't think he has anything lined up to my knowledge. So all of the clowning on Kick and on Instagram and everything else, man, put all that aside. Brian's not going to entertain none of that. You can sell the fight, Keyshawn. You and that, is that your trainer, this other dude? I don't know. He always popping up on Mill City. Devin do his pants. He do. Africa Bumbata. That's what I call him. I call that dude African Bumbata. Africa Bumbata. And then I hear he just holds a spit bucket. I don't know who this dude is. Look like he got Down syndrome, but whatever, man. But while you're at it, since you talking so much, I don't even know dude's name. I didn't care to research that. You and Keyshawn sit down, and I think the next best thing is Brian Norman Jr. And besides, if you can go in there and style on Brian Norman better than Devin did, if you could do a better job. And this ain't no disrespect to Brian. I don't tolerate any Brian Norman disrespect on my channel at all, because he's a real one. He's the only person on that list that stepped up to the plate and said, let's run it. He's the only person that did it. Keyshawn, this is your chance. If you could do to Brian better than what Devin did, then, you make a statement. Then maybe people will say, hey, man, maybe, Brian, Devin, throw him a little more money. Hey, Bill, throw him a little more money. You already had $1 million. Throw him another $1 million. Just make the fight. Ain't that right? What we doing here? What we doing here? You already said that Brian was trash. You said something to that effect. It wasn't friendly. You violated. Don't act like Brian won't fight you. I don't know if he has anything lined up. We know you have nothing lined up. God willing, right? That's what you said. You showed up to Clarissa Shields' fight in Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to Clarissa. You showed up with your husband, Shakur. And I saw someone throw the mic in your face. And they say, hey, man, we got to get you on here next. And you said, God willing. Nobody wants to ask these kids. I don't even want to call them tough questions. These are obvious questions. Obvious. These are obvious questions. Why didn't that dude just ask him, hey, man, what you got lined up next, Keyshawn? The Devin Haney thing fell through. So what you got lined up next? What, are you scared? What's the worst he could do? Walk off? That's a dub for you. Why? Because you don't want to answer the question. These guys don't want to answer the question. What are they going to do? Call you some D-riders? Of course, that's the only defense. Hey, why don't you fight this guy? Oh, you look like a so-and-so D-rider. No, we're just trying to figure out, is the best fighting the best or what? I was on Instagram earlier, right? And shout out to Ohio Runs Boxing. That's the fam right there. And he put up a post about, it was about Shakur and Keyshawn and the friendships and stuff like that. If you follow Ohio Runs Boxing on Instagram, it's one of his, it was the post, I think it was today. It did it today or yesterday. But he puts up the post and I commented, I said, look, people are saying that Shakur probably swindled Keyshawn into thinking, hey, man, we ain't got to fight because we're brothers. But it's Shakur trying to corner the market with friendships so he don't have to fight people that can oppose him and bring a challenge. And I said, I don't think Shakur, I think Shakur can do that. But I don't think Keyshawn's smart enough to catch on. I said something disrespectful, and I meant it, and I don't care. And some dude said, that's because you want them to kill each other, but they're friends. And I said, what era of boxing is this? They're not blood brothers, man. The era of boxing I grew up watching is, hey, if we really cool, you fight me so we could break bread. And when I swiped to the left, Ohio Runs Boxing posted a scene from the movie Gladiator. Not the Barbarian movie. The first one in the 90s with Cuba Gooding Jr. When he was underground boxing. And the white guy was his friend. And he said, man, a fight against you, it puts me in a different direction in my career. Don't get in the way of that. Muhammad Ali fought Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers was one of the most devastating punches in the 70s. And he fought Ernie Shavers because Ernie Shavers needed some money to take care of his sick mother. This is a true story. And he broke bread with him. And Ernie didn't take it easy on Muhammad Ali. He almost knocked Muhammad Ali out. Go watch the fight. It's got to be on YouTube, but look at the story behind that. So if that's really your brother, you break bread. Okay? There's a story about Mike McCallum and Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And the story is Mike ran into Marvin at an event, and he showed him love or whatever, and he said, "Marvin, why didn't you ever fight me? Because you got to give me a chance to eat too." And I think Marvin, just smiled and dapped it up with him and walked off or whatever, But Mike McCallum wanted that smoke. Not only did he want to prove that he was better than Marvin, but he says, I could appreciate the payday. Now, I don't know nothing about the rankings, what they were back then. I don't know if Mike was in position to fight. I don't know if everyone says that Marvin Hagler retired too early, after the Ray Leonard fight, whatever, whatever. But that's a story I heard. Fighters all these guys don't hate each other. But this is a business, right? Ain't that right, businessman? Or business scam? You letting Shakur scam you out of who you could really be? Do you know it's a possibility that Keyshawn might be the best boxer at 147? But we'll never know that. He might be better than Shakur. We'll never know that because Shakur secured the friendship. Keyshawn, you got two brothers. If Shakur really had love for you, he'd break bread with you in the ring. And it'd be a big fight. If they announced they were fighting tomorrow, it'd be a really big fight. Y'all would sell a lot of seats, man. I'm telling you. Teofimo and weird-ass Rolly Romero are fighting this weekend. They confess their love to each other. They're showing each other private part pics and videos and stuff. And they're about to mix it up this Saturday. You gotta be kidding me. So Active Squad supporters, I haven't seen y'all in a lot of chats in channels that I frequent. Y'all are very quiet. I don't know what Keyshawn's doing next, but you know what? I think this is it right here. You ain't fighting Devin because you're afraid. So go ahead and fight Brian Norman Jr. Go ahead. I dare you. It's the only fight that makes sense. At this point, if it's not an A-list dude, don't nobody care about what Keyshawn's doing. You already done let Virginia down when you came in overweight versus Edwin De Los Santos. You blew it. Then your brother loses that night. Then you run backstage and get into a fight. Your baby dangling from the carriage. I mean, it was upsetting, man. So you get baptized. Yeah, congratulations to you. And now you're still running around here like an asshole. That's great. And now you got this Down syndrome looking ass trainer talking about Devin doo-doo. He doo-doo his pants. He doo-doo. Africa Bombada. Look, all of that internet games, it wears out. It's been done. You got to do something now. And the only way you can get into good graces with the boxing world, you have to fight and beat Brian Norman Jr. And I'm going to tell you right now, I got Brian Norman Jr. peeling your head off in about 6 or 7 rounds. But wait a minute. You could have fought Brian Norman a while ago. And I know for a fact, you told him no. Think I don't know about that? Shout out to my brother Tay Jones. You told him no. You can make up for it right now because a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, I'm just a YouTuber. I don't know things, right? But yeah, okay. So never mind that. Call him out now. Do something. Do something. Do something. I think Brian knocks you senseless. But you can prove me wrong. But you won't. Let me talk to Bob Barron for a second. Hey, Bob, what did you tell Keyshawn in reference to the Devin Haney fight?
And you blew it! You blew it!
Damn. But shout out to DHP.
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be.
Y'all let me know what you think. Bronx on deck.
Move!